Alright guys, it's your boy Dom and I'm back again with yet another match prediction, match week 11. But as usual, before I get into the predictions, I like to give my thoughts on the European results, and yeah, I know. So let's just run through that and then I'll give my Premier League predictions. I don't have a lot of time right now because I gotta pick my son up from school, and yeah, I was pretty busy before then. So guys, I'm very busy. I'm a busy man these days, you know what I mean? So Europe, Champions League, Inter 1, Arsenal 0. Arsenal are currently going through a funk in the Premier League and now in the Champions League. And yeah, it ain't looking good for the Gunners. It ain't looking good at all. You know, they need to refocus and gather themselves, I should say, to get their season back on track, because it looks like starting to go a bit by the wayside. So Arsenal losing there in the Champions League. They did draw to another Italian team, Atalanta, so the Champions League campaign is looking a bit so-so right now. And the same could be said for Manchester City, my team. Losing, embarrassing loss to Sporting CP, 4-1. Not good. Not good. City have now lost, I think, their last 3 games. Carabao Cup, Premier League, and now Champions League. It's all good. It's better to get the losses out the way now than later on in the season. It's okay. It's just one across each competition. It's fine. You know, people love to see it, but it's not like a big deal. City's, of course, been dealing with a lot of injuries. Not making excuses, that's why you have a squad, but City have an unprecedented high number of injuries so far this season, and they just came like out of nowhere. So yeah guys, Liverpool did smash Bayer Leverkusen 4-0, and I saw a meme on Facebook, I think, that said that the shortest primes ever: Jude Bellingham, Bayer Leverkusen, Girona, and Karo Mitoma. So yeah, Bayer Leverkusen, they're not as hot as they were last season. So congratulations to Liverpool, man. I think Luis Diaz scored a hat-trick in that game, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't watch the game. I was busy, watching the Man City game, watching us lose, praying that we come back, but we never did. And last but not least, Aston Villa losing away to Club Brugge, 1-0. So it was not a good day at the office for the English clubs. But for Liverpool, they definitely save face for, the English Premier League teams. In terms of the Europa League, the Conference League and the Europa League proper, Man United won a game in Europe, winning to 2-0 to PAOK. Amad Diallo Traore scored both goals, and it's definitely marked a successful little period there with Ruud van Nistelrooy in charge, and it makes you wonder, could Ruud van Nistelrooy, he could have been appointed a manager. Maybe they would have done a lot better, but they appointed the Sporting CP manager, Ruben Amorim, who is going to see off his last game, I think, this weekend for Sporting. And then after the international break, he would join Manchester United. So, first win in a year, I think, in Europe for United. Chelsea 8, a team from Armenia named Noah, 0. 8-0. When I saw that, I was like, God damn, I didn't even know that happened. But, wow, 8-0. I'm not even going to go through the goal scorers or anything right now. But that's the results from Europe. I'm surprised. Let me know how you feel about those. I know a lot of you opposition fans are happy that Man City are going through a little bit of a rut right now. We can't seem to score goals. We can't win a game. And the wheels seem as if they're falling off. But we're going to be all right, man. We're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be okay. So, in terms of the Premier League, man, for match week 10, Fulham did beat Brentford 2-1. Courtesy of 2 extra time goals from Harry Wilson. did not watch the game, but when I saw the result, I was like, damn, that's crazy. 2 extra time goals to freaking win the game. Not to save a point, you know, to take all 3 points. So give it up to Marco Silva and Fulham. They needed that win big time. So guys, let us talk about the match week 11. My predictions. Let me give my predictions. I don't want to be super long, but I want to do the video. I want to be consistent. So guys, pardon me, be lenient that I'm not sitting down getting into it, deep discussions, going on rabbit holes, etc., etc. And I'm just, you know, giving you my thoughts on what I think would happen. Another thing, the injuries. I did not do any kind of research on the injuries because I've been doing them, and players that are listed as injured are turning up playing the games. And I'm like, what is going on here, man? I thought you said he was injured, and he's not injured. Like for Man City, you know, last week, like it was listed that all these players were injured, and then we go and we get smashed up by Bournemouth. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, what is going on? Are these guys injured or are they not? So yeah. Wolves versus Southampton. Well, both teams did play well on the last match day, with Wolves picking up a draw, and they've drawn their last 2 games as well. So they kind of, you know, stopping the bleeding a bit. And for Southampton, they won their first game this season under Russell Martin, not Russell Wilson. Why am I thinking Russell Wilson, the football player? not Russell Wilson. But they're selling Trump merchandise right now. I won't be buying, but to be honest, guys, let me say this, man. I don't want to be too political, but I'm kind of happy Trump won. I know that might not be a popular opinion, but for the last 4 years under the Democrats, I have not seen any financial growth. I'm just basically been in a hole. I've having to switch up my strategy to make money and all of that. And yeah, we've all been in the doldrums, man, seriously. But anyways, for this game, both teams are in pretty good form right about now. Wolves at home. They've had a very good record against Southampton, and I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win for Wolves. They need it, man. They need it. Gary O'Neill needs. I'm telling you, he needs these points. You know, so I'm gonna go for him to actually and his team to pick up a 2-1 win here, to pick up their first win this season. Because I did predict them to win on the last match day, and they didn't. They failed to do so. So I think this time around they would actually pull it off. So yeah. Let me see something. Damn, get caught at the light. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting everything right. Yeah, Wolves are yet to win. Yeah, just want to make sure, man. Don't want to say things and then I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to go for Wolves to pick up a 2-1 win in this game. West Ham versus Everton. Both teams coming off of losses, and West Ham were badly beaten. Everton, a narrow loss. I think Everton lost to Southampton, and they didn't play too badly. I think they were quite unlucky to not walk away with something from that game. But for this one, I think Everton's going to lose. West Ham, they are home. They were in good form before they got smashed up on the last match day. So they need a response. You see what I mean? They need a response. And the best time to do so would be in front of their fans. And Everton, they're kind of inconsistent team, man. Like, you never know what you're going to get from Everton, basically. So I'm going to go for them to lose this one again. 2-1 to West Ham. It might just end in a draw. I'm leaning towards a draw, but I have a feeling West Ham's going to win this one. So Brentford versus Bournemouth. Brentford coming off of a loss. Bournemouth, they are in red hot forms, man. Red hot form, picking up wins against Arsenal and Manchester City. Like, that's crazy. What Bournemouth are doing is crazy. Remember, I was telling you guys that Bournemouth are like a mini Barcelona? And maybe I've said it and people probably chuckle and say, yeah, this guy Dom don't know what he's talking about. But look at what Bournemouth are doing. Look at what they're doing. It's no longer a fluke. It is no longer a fluke if they pick up wins against these bigger teams. They've been doing it time and time again, especially under Andoni Iraola. He's really revolutionized this team, man, and attracted a lot of quality players to the setup. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go for Bournemouth to beat Brentford. Brentford are somewhat of a rut right now. They started hot this season. They were losing to the better teams, so they were doing the opposite of what Bournemouth were really doing. Bournemouth, solid start, but Bournemouth toppled the big boys. Brentford, solid, okay start, but when they come up against the better opponents, fell by the wayside. And the manner in which they lost the last game should have never happened. So I think I can't really bet on Brentford right about now. So I'm gonna say Bournemouth continue their winning streak with a 3-1 win over Brentford. Crystal Palace, Fulham, London derby. Palace is, they're in so form right now. They're going to be missing their talismanic player in Eberechi Eze. But as I like to say, they're going to have to look for inspiration from the likes of Jean-Philippe Mateta and co, So I think Adam Wharton, key figure in the midfield, is also injured. So, yeah, they're definitely going to need inspiration from somewhere else. And you know who's been showing up for Palace lately? The defenders. The defenders have been putting the ball in the back of the net for them lately. But you can't keep depending on your defenders for goals. Like, look at what Man City, Gvardiol, John Stones, and look at the results now. We're losing games because strikers are not getting the service, and we're not picking up the desirable results at all. So the next game, Palace Fulham, guys, I'm gonna go for a draw here. It's a very hard one to gauge. Not 100% confident in, I think I should come off right here. Yeah, I'm not 100% confident in saying, Fulham's gonna walk away with a win here, and the same for Crystal Palace. So I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna say a draw. Guys, please share your predictions down below. Would definitely appreciate that. I only got 10 more minutes to do this, so let's run through the rest games. Brighton versus Manchester City. This one's tricky because that's my team. We're not in good form. We have players injured left, right, and center. And I would be kind of delusional to say City are going to blow Brighton out of the park, because even though we've picked up some solid results against Brighton lately, Brighton are a quality outfit. Fabian Hutzler got them playing some really attractive football, and they could easily topple Manchester City here. You see? So for this one, I think it's going to be another tough game. It's going to be on the road. Players still coming back to full fitness. Doku, Kevin De Bruyne and co. You have some defensive problems. I think this one's going to end in a draw. So the winless streak, in my opinion, will continue for Manchester City. And it will mark some very unprecedented, things happening under the tutelage of Pep Guardiola. So, yeah, I just feel Erling Haaland, he's been getting the service, but the goalkeepers, they've been ridiculously good. You see, they've been making some serious saves, whereas if it was on the opposite end, where we, City, are defending, we concede those goals 9 times out of 10. You see what I'm saying? But for some reason, the opposition goalkeepers, they just prime Buffon every game. You see? So, yeah. For this one, guys, I'm going to say this is going to end in a 2-2 draw. Another frustrating day at the office for Manchester City. 2-2 draw, man. I'm not confident. I'm not confident we're going to win this game. If we win it, it'll be by close margins. But I don't think we're going to win the game. I'm going to go for a draw. It's nice having Kevin De Bruyne back. He's not at full fitness, but at least we'll have him to, be the creative force in the middle of the field. We have not been clinical as well. Missing a lot of chances. Clear-cut chances. Missing the goal. Not good. So, 2-2 draw. Brighton, Manchester City. Liverpool, Aston Villa. Yeah, guys, I'm going to leave that one for last for the Liverpool fans watching. Man United versus Leicester. They just smashed up Leicester 5-2 in the Carabao Cup. Just end of last month. Just a week ago. I think almost a week ago. And under Ruud van Nistelrooy, Man United's been good. I think they've been unbeaten so far under Ruud van Nistelrooy. So it just shows you that sometimes you gotta sack the manager if you want to see results. And that is exactly what we're seeing right now. Ten Hag sacked, results after results. Even winning in Europe after having not doing that for a whole year under Erik Ten Hag. So for this one, I know Leicester, they're playing some decent football. Bit inconsistent. You could say a bit unlucky. But it's fair to say at this point in time, Manchester United are favorites here, and I think they're going to win this one 2-1. If it was Ten Hag, I think Leicester would have had a chance to smash them up at Old Trafford. But I'm going to say 2-1 to United over Leicester. Forest versus Newcastle. This one, I had a different result here. But I changed it midway through thinking about, But Nottingham Forest have been the breakout team this season. I know they've done well since their promotion back to the Premier League. They've done well to stay up, but they've struggled in periods. They definitely have their periods where they were struggling. So this season, they're a whole nother beast under Nuno Espirito Santo, man. And one department in which they're excelling is defensively. It's one thing to score goals and win games and so on and so forth, but when you're solid defensively, that tells you a lot about a team. That gives a team a lot of hope to do well, and right now they're competing for the European spots. In attack, they have some really talismanic players in Hudson-Odoi, Elanga, Chris Wood's been doing really, really good, and Morgan Gibbs-White amongst others. Even Ola Aina scored a screamer of a goal the other day. So it's hard to bet against Forest here. I know Newcastle, picked up a win against Arsenal there, but they're traveling away from home. I think Newcastle is stronger at home than they are, on the road. And they're still trying to, find their best unit and, just be able to put together a more consistent string of results. I'm going to say 2-0 to Forest here, guys, in this game. 3 more results, guys. Spurs. Damn, where's this person going? Jesus Christ. Spurs versus Ipswich Town. I'm going to run this light. Definitely going to run this light. I need to be at the school. And I'm almost there. Tottenham versus Ipswich. Spurs, so-so. But they did pick up a big win in their last game. And I'm going to say Spurs continue their winning ways here. 3-1 against Ipswich, who, are yet to win a game this season, but they've picked up their points from draws. They've actually drawn 5 games so far this season and lost 5. Is this going to be the game where they pick up their first win? I won't count it out, though. That's Spurs. I won't count it out, but I don't think it's going to happen this weekend. Chelsea, Arsenal. This is a big one, but a lot of times we hype ourselves up for these bigger games, and the results tend to disappoint. Like, we think we want a team to pick up 3 points here. You see what I mean? Is it going to be Chelsea? Is it going to be Arsenal? I think Chelsea are going into this game a bit more confident and a bit more informed than Arsenal. Arsenal, I think there's some doubt starting to kick in with the recent results. And I just don't see them winning this one. I think Chelsea going to give a good account for themselves and walk away with a 2-2 draw. So I'm going to go for 2-2 Chelsea, Arsenal. Biggest game this weekend. Liverpool, Aston Villa. Guys, this game is going to be at Anfield. Liverpool are in red hot form, breaking all sorts of records on this slot. Best start, best this, most wins in the first 15 games, this, that, this. Give it up to Slot, man. He slotted in very well. But it's fair to say that he inherited a very, very, very good team from Jurgen Klopp. So Unai Emery and Aston Villa, they've been picking up some solid results as well. But as of late, not so much. Last week and a half or so, not so much. So Villa are a team we know could give Liverpool a whole lot of problems. They have in the recent past dished out Liverpool, one of Liverpool's biggest losses ever. And, you know, they could hold their own. But for this one, I'm going to say it's going to end in a thrilling 3-2 win in favor of Liverpool. 3-2 to Liverpool. All right, guys. So that's it for now. Let me go pick up my son. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. And until next time, peace out. Rich squad. I know I ended kind of abruptly, but I got to go. I'll see you guys soon, though. 3-2 to Liverpool. See ya.